Good morning, guys. It's Monday. Just this is gonna be like, I'm gonna do this in steps. Take a little bit of a video and then edit it, so then I can compile a whole bunch of these clips into one bigger video and try to post it at the end of the week. I mean, these guys must be getting sick of me posting these every day, but we're gonna try that. I have my template cut out. That's essentially the steel I'm going for. I'm going to cut that out. All my radiuses are cut. That black mark is where it turns down, and on this dash panel here you have a crisp edge, and then it gets to this point and it just rounds over and it's smooth. So that's where I stopped with those black markers. Fits in. I'm not going to go, let me try to get over the top here. I'm not going to go all the way up. I'm going to try to cut down into here and then peel all this back. And it looks like some work had been done here, because I do not believe, come on, really? Please, focus. No focus. See the welds? Those aren't a factory well. So, I don't know if there was a repair done here some time ago. The A-pillar here, got the old seam here, it's still got lead in it, so I don't know if this wasn't taken apart, but this is definitely not a factory weld. It's not like a pinch welds, like, or plug welds, whatever they call it. But yeah, this is going to be the first in the whole series. I actually have it all ground down, and I mean, I got most of that pitting out. When I finish my welds, then I'll do the rush treatment on it. I'll bring it out to here. As soon as I'm done with this section here, then I'm going to turn my focus on the cowl. The bottom of this one doesn't look too bad. The other one on the passenger side, it was all rotted up pretty high. So, but this one, it's just got a little bit at the bottom here. But the lower jam section it's gone. It's lit. You know, abracadabra, just lost my hand. But yeah, then when I get all this done on this section, rocker panel, I'm gonna do the new rocker. Show you what he did. Just gotta be careful with these doors. He left the panel in. He just skinned the outside of it and just left it hanging. So I don't know if I'm going to do a complete rocker panel. This one looks different. Oh, I can't believe he just, I'm seeing something, I can't believe it. Oh, he left it in. Never mind. My bad. But yeah. And then I have to peel all this back too, like I did on the other side. Factory line here. Not much steel. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. Scaring me. So, but when I get to this point, then I'll worry about it. But right now I want to focus on the front, work my way back like I was doing the other side. Alright guys, it's been about almost 4 minutes, so that'll be part 1 of fixing this dash pad. Alright guys, peace. Hey, how's it going, guys? I actually transferred the paper template to the flashing, the aluminum coil. I'm going to cut that first, and here's my bend that I have to do, and here's that little profile where it rounds over and then all of a sudden it goes to smooth. I'm going to cut this out, and then I'm going to try bending this and seeing how this fits on the car. And if it does work out, then I'm going to transfer that. I already have it pre-marked out. I won't cut this yet until I know for sure that this is going to work. So next step will be that, and be back in a bit. Alright, take it easy. Alright guys, back again. I got it shaped and formed. One thing about the aluminum, it doesn't stretch as well as the steel, but pretty much that is what my patch is going to be. I know when I weld I can actually tack it down and get it level. I think I went a little too far with this cut here. I'm going to actually maybe bring it back to this point. But yeah, it bent. It just, I know once I get the metal in and I put the steel in instead of this aluminum, I can actually get it to stretch and conform the way I want it to. But essentially that's going to be it. I'm just going to use that same mark I used on the aluminum. I'm going to use on the steel that I marked out because it seems to be it. But that's going to be the kit. So the next time I come back on, I probably will have the new patch and steel made out. I'm going to try to form it as best I can to this profile so it actually sits well. And when that's done, then I'm going to scribe the outline, cut it out, and start actually fitting, trimming, and maybe tacking. And before I actually tack in, I'll take the back edge of that steel and I'll just spray it with well-through primer. And well-through primer, I'll just try to jet it inside here and at least get it somewhat covered. This foam, the consensus is take it out. Everybody that's been commenting on my question that I asked about this, it's kind of odd, but it feels like foam, but it's not. It looks kind of like some sort of seam sealer. I don't know, but it's gonna come out. I'm just gonna take it out and I'll cut it all the way back and I'll try to treat the metal underneath. So that's that, and I shall return. Alright, see ya. What's up, guys? Back again. I got the metal shaped to a certain point. I'm having a tough time getting this thing to suck down. I'm trying to remember back on the other side, the passenger side. I don't know if I made a relief cut right here because it's a compound radius. I'm trying to get the metal to go this way and this way at the same time, and it's not working out. I see if you can see the lip here. I hammered in all this edge, dollied it, try to get it to conform. I got it to a point, a certain point. I have to get this a little bit tighter. All this little hammering marks and pits, I'm actually going to, when I pull this off, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to use this dolly and try to smoothen everything out. So I think I'm fairly close. The next scene, maybe I will have the panel scribed into the dash panel and maybe I'll start spotting it in. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But just this radius here and this one, it's you're trying to get metal to go in two different directions, and usually when you have those big hydraulic stamp machines, the metal doesn't put up a fight, but this one seems to be putting up a real big fight. This is 18 gauge. It's not, I mean, it's pretty much with the rest of the cars, I think they're 18 gauge. I don't know, but I don't think they're 20 gauge. I think these cars I think the gauge is 18, thereabouts. But yeah, with hand tools and clamps and stuff, this thing is kicking my butt. So, but hopefully I will get it done. Like I said, I'm going to do a little bit more hammering on this edge here and try to get this to roll a little bit more so I can suck this down a little further. But next time you see me, hopefully that will be done and I will start scribing the panel. Okay, guys, peace. Alright, guys, what's happening? I cut out the rotted spots. Yeah, it was real thin, beat up. I actually cleaned all the submaterial, subsurface. I cleaned it all, ground it all down. I'm not going to go any further today. It's starting to get a little bit late, and then as you get tired, I guess, see, I kind of start rushing things to get done. So now I think I'm just going to walk away from it. I'm going to spray this with a rust kill because it's really, I got most of the surface off. I used the grinder blade, and then I used the Scotch-Brite on the roll-lock discs, and I got most of it off, but I want to spray it with that rust kill. The new patch sort of fits in. As I weld, I'm going to have to do this and get it all flush as I'm welding. But with that, as you tack, these guys know that you can sort of manipulate the level metal to do what you want. It's gonna still be a little tricky here to get this thing to roll, but I think I'm confident that I can get it. When I start welding and bringing it across, I can get it to suck down. But that's it for tonight. That's in. There's a couple of little whoobies here and there, but I'm going to take the dolly. I'm going to try to smoothen out the surface as much as I can. I mean, you can see an existing dashboard where they have all their factory welds. I mean, there's divots all the way across this because your windshield sits on a pretty big bead of caulk, so we won't even touch that. But I want to try to get it smooth, try to get it looking good. This over here is going to be metal to metal, and then where I did my zip screws to hold it in place while I was trying to get this to fit, I'm just going to fill it with the welder. That, whatever that was, it was like kind of like a foam that was sitting right here on this bracket, and it was like just here and here, and it was nowhere else. So I just pulled it out. Thanks again, guys, for the input, and well, just maybe tomorrow we'll start tacking it in. Like I say, I'm going to spray this with rust treatment and leave it for tonight. I mean, we live to fight another day, and I don't want to start rushing things just to get done, just for the sake of getting done. I want to do it. I want to do it right. You guys have a good night. Take it easy. Peace. How's it going? Tuesday morning. Little nippy today. 25 degrees outside. It's 46 inside. I actually sprayed my rust treatment on all the substrate and all the bracketry below. It all turned black, so I think for the most part it's neutralized. I'm going to try to fix all the imperfections in this and try to hammer out all the little dents and stuff. I'm going to spray weld through primer on the backside, and I'm going to spray weld through primer on all the substrate surface, and I'll be back. Alright, bye. Alright, all weld through primer is primer is it's put on. Sprayed it all up, and I know a lot of you guys are sticklers, attention to detail, and yes, I did cheat. You recall the original patch? You don't? It was supposed to go over the top like this. Well, I couldn't get it to bend. I don't have a vise. All this was just bent by hand with the dollies and muscle in it and stuff. I know, guilty as charged. You should have a vise, but that's my next thing I have to get. So I took the easy way out, and I just I cut the top of the panel here of the patch. The metal is not bad. It's not bad here. It was only pitted right at the very edge, so I cut up as high as I could to eliminate that pit. So that's what I'm gonna go with. The primer's in. Just gotta let it set up. You're supposed to. It says 2 wet coats, and then you're supposed to wait 3 to 5 minutes between coats, and then you gotta wait another 20 minutes before you can start welding. So I'm not gonna get to that probably just yet. I did start cleaning the cowl, and I hit this seam sealer, the factory seam sealer, with my fiber disc. It's awfully smoky in my garage, so I might open the door and let it air out. It's getting kind of hot, not hot to breathe, but you know what I mean. And still, well, we went up a degree. It's 26. Now it's 71 inside, and as soon as I open that door, I'm gonna lose all my heat. So maybe I'll just suffer the smoke. All right. Next step, spot welding. See ya. Okay, we're all welded in. Yes, it's not pretty, but I will grind it down and make it smooth, and then I will make it pretty. I had to I had an error. I screwed up on my cut. If you can see, there's 2 seams here. I was short quite a bit. So what I did is where is it? No, I'm not gonna have it. I don't know what the hell happened to it. But on my shear, when you cut with your shear, don't you have a little centerpiece that's left over? It coils up. Well, essentially, I use that as a filler. I just fill this gap up. I got this to sit down now. Nice. I mean, all these welds are going to be ground down. I got a couple of blow-throughs here. It was really thin at the edge. That's why if you notice, I stepped up to cut back, because this was really all pitted down this lower edge. I would have really liked to have gone across here and taken all this out. I just to fold over properly. I mean, I could have got it to fold over, but I don't think it would have looked right. But yeah, next step is grinding all this down, and then I have to fill any pinholes, whatever that I didn't hit with the welder, and then I'm going to grind all this down, get it down to bare metal again, and then I'm just going to skim coat everything with the metal to metal, and then sand it all down, and that's it. Alright guys, take it easy. What's happening, guys? We got the Body Shop Beagle in. Molly, do you approve? Wag your tail if you approve. She approves. Now let's see if the rest of the YouTube world approves. All ground down, cleaned up. I have a few little minimal peen holes here and there. Little tiny peen holes. But I'm not going to weld them because they don't go all the way through. Just a little break in between the weld. I am going to do the, yes, you guessed it, metal to metal. I am a metalhead. That's what I'm going to do next. Fill it. Leave it alone. But that repair is done. And it came out pretty good, I must say. That's still a little, I got to get this surface rust out of here, but not bad. I mean, put up a little bit of a fight, but we got it. Alright guys, completed job on the upper dashboard, I guess you would call that. Next is the cowl, the lower panel, and I'm going to start working on that lower jam section. So this is, I'll say this is part one in this series, and I don't think, with all the clips that I have, I think it's quite a bit of time. So we'll call this part one, and part two will be this and so forth. Alright guys, tell me what you think. Peace.